gonna need the headphones?
Oh yeah, I need that. Good. Oh, hold on one second. There we go. All right. We are ready to go. Good afternoon or good evening. You are listening to the table where everyone has a seat at the table. I am Pastor Sharon Hunter, and I am with us, Reverend Artrice Hansberry.
Yeah.
She wasn't feeling good last week. How you feeling better?
I am feeling better.
Amen. You know, I know it's different people, parts that listen to us, as well as our Facebook family, but we are in the valley.
Yeah.
And so if you got any type of sinuses, allergies, this is a beautiful place, but boy, it'll whoop you.
Yes,
It'll put you in the head, drag you to valley.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, we're glad to have you back. We had a time with the hollaback.
Oh, I loved it.
I thought
you
that
did
was
the
fun.
thing last week. I was like, look at my sis. Go, sis.
I worked that thing out. And it just reminds us, whenever he tells you to do something, he'll always provide.
Yes.
So I am so grateful to God that, for fellowship, because you did what we supposed to do. Gave me enough time to know, hey, I'm not feeling good, and I have time to do what to do. So God is awesome. So I thank God for the hollaback.
Yes.
With next time that I meant to get my calendar out, so I would know when the next Friday, the last Friday in May will be. But it's okay, it's cool.
Yeah, I kind of looked that up for it.
Amen. We'll Sister Artrice will get that for us so that you know when the next Hollaback Friday is. Because the goal of it is to give everybody at the Kingdom table, to holla back, holla back at us. So we are grateful for that. And I want to also remind those, in addition to being a pastor, a woman of God, a wife, a mother, I'm also an author. So you are always able to go out at Amazon.com. One of the books that I've completed 4 books. 2 of them are children's books, and then one called Suddenly Saved, Single, and Parenting. And then the other one is Conquering the Mountain, called Me. I love Conquering the Mountain. I love them all, but because they're to me like babies. So go out, as in Sam. G as in girl, prices.net house for all the books that I've written, as well as opportunity to pick up Kingdom tables that are out there, that I upload. So I'm grateful to God about that. And I don't believe that's a shameless plug. I believe that God gives us gifts for the people of God, point blank and period.
Yes.
And if you keep your mind on him and humble with the things that he's called you to do, you got something to say. Everybody's got to say. Everybody has a gift that they're supposed to be using in the kingdom to bless somebody else. That's one of the ones that he's given. I'm grateful for it. And I'm thankful that he's developing it as I go. So today, before we get started, we're going to do the 5-minute funny.
Well, let me just say
go.
that last Friday of the month,
Okay,
Pastor, is going to be May the 29th.
May the 29th.
May the 29th.
All right, so our hollaback is going to be May the 29th.
Yes.
And if you don't mind, I put my pen on the other side there, but give me that pink one. There you go, because she works good.
Yeah.
May 29th,
May the 29th.
and I can work on that later on.
Yeah.
So May the 29th is our next hollaback Friday. And so for our 5-minute funny, you want to start?
Well, I'll go ahead and let you start because something just tells me this is going to be a good 5-minute funny.
So I'm gonna say I'm gonna start. I'm gonna put you this kind of disclosure out here, okay?
Okay.
I got a lot of hair up underneath here. Good hair. There's nothing wrong with it. Thank you, Jesus. But I was introduced to wigs and I like them. So, and when I was a kid growing up, I actually liked paper dolls and Barbie dolls because I could change up their clothes and change up their hair. And it's something fun that I like to do. So it doesn't hurt anybody. And I would encourage others too. If it doesn't hurt anybody, then you do you. Yes. It may not be somebody else's preference, but that's their life. Let them do what they do.
Yes.
So couple of months back, where everybody was, still headed to church. My husband and I, Tabernacle of Praise Christian Fellowship Church meets at Covenant of Faith, 727 South 15th Street. They celebrate the Sabbath on Saturdays. That's when they go to church, and we're there on Sundays. So they had we fellowship with one another. So when they got something going on, we do our best to show up. When we got something going on, they do their best to show up. And the goal behind that's what we're supposed to do.
That's right.
We're supposed to support one another. I may not be able to be on every set, but on the things that I can get to, I try to get to.
That's right.
So they were having something. They said, Pastor, come on down. Pastor Hunter was doing something. He said, will you go? Yeah, I will. And I went. Mm-hmm. So, I don't, I'm me being me. So I like to be transparent. I don't want to put on my church clothes on Sunday, Saturday, because I don't want to. I just want to put on I want to be presentable, but I'm putting on some casual clothes. So I'm going to throw on my casual hair.
Yes.
Walked in, got in the back. I was like, I'm not, Pastor saw me. I'm like, I'm just going to sit back here. I just wanted to take it all in. You've never had opportunity to hear Pastor Helen.
Yes.
She is an excellent preacher, and she is an excellent teacher.
Yes.
I love to hear her preach, but I love to hear her teach even more, her and Pastor Brandon. So I'm in the back. I'm enjoying myself. And all of a sudden, there is 3 generations. There's 4 generations of them, but there's 3 generations there with that day. A grandmother, mother, and daughter. It's a beautiful thing. And they're all a part of Covenant. Mother turns around and says, you know what? You look just like Pastor Sharon Hunter. About that time, her daughter turns around and says, that is Pastor Sharon Hunter. Me and her busted out laughing.
Wow.
And as we are speaking, the deacon gets up and says, and sister, we just want to thank you for coming and visiting. And remind you, I done preached there. I done sang there. They know who I am. I know who they are.
But you had your
But I had on my good hair, girl. And they didn't know who I was. I said, now, if I was a dirty kind of girl, this might be a wig I could get some stuff done in, because didn't nobody know who I was. Man, then I cleaned her all up and I said, I'm going to put on that
yes, I'm loving that hair. Yes.
So, but also the moral to the story is always do things that make you feel good.
That's right.
About you.
That's right.
For me, it may be new hair tomorrow, because you're subject to see me out in Kroger, and I'm going to have my regular natural twist out.
That's right.
I may be the next week, I may have my curly hair, but whatever it is, don't get it twisted. Don't get alarmed. I love Jesus.
That's right.
You do what you do. Right. I'm going to do what I do. That's what we do.
That's
Amen.
Right. Amen.
All right.
Amen.
What about you? Anything?
Amen. So, with my 5-minute funny, I guess, I am starting to embark on something that I have always loved to do. I am a makeup fashionista. I love makeup.
Okay.
And so I am taking, since we have been on quarantine, I am taking a makeup class because I want to become a makeup artist.
Okay.
And so, learning how to put lashes on myself has been a chore. So I have literally this week have stuck my eyes together several times. I have got eyelash glue on the inside of my eye. I think I have burnt pupils. I think I have shut my eyes together. What little bit of eyelash that I had left on there, I think I have peeled it off. I mean, it has been a chore with learning how to do eyelashes and stuff. But I thank God for my instructor, which is Elgina Smith. She has been nothing but a jewel. We're doing virtually online classes, but it has been fun. But when I tell you eyelashes, I don't see how y'all do that, honey. It's a chore.
Oh, it's a chore.
I mean, it's not a game pass.
No, I've only had them on once. And my daughter, her name is Charmaine, and the latter part of her name is Main. So that's what she other things she wants to do, but that's something she's aspiring to do. And she's called Main Makeup Artist.
Oh, I like it.
Yeah, I love it. I thought it was so cute. So she was all about, let's do faces, mama. Yes. And girl, she put them things. And I said, I told her before we leave here, you will have to take these off because I really cannot see.
Yeah.
I can't see. I'm not that. There's no disrespect to anybody that loves them. They look beautiful. Yes. I might try the magnetic ones. Yes. I might do better with those. Yes. But I'm not one to do good with fake nails or anything like that because I pick at it, aggravates me. Yes. But hey, kudos again. Do you?
Yeah. Makes you feel good?
That's not hurting anybody. Yes. If that makes you feel good, you do it. Yes. I'm not telling you I don't like them. Right. And if you go to her page, you'll see I have my little duck lips out.
Girl,
and I was dolled up, but I couldn't see nothing now. I could not see a thing. But I'm grateful to God.
Yes.
Tonight's episode is about family.
Yes.
And, it's amazing how God puts things together. When he puts it together, he knows. I didn't really know we were going to be in a whole COVID situation, but God knew.
Yes.
And so we're having to spend more time with our family because of the situation, or in some instances, spend as much time. Just depends on each person. But tonight's episode is called Family and Living with Choices. And in 1974, there was one by the name Cats in the Cradle. It was written by Harry Chapin, and it's one of I'm eclectic when it comes to music. I love it all. It's not really too many types of music that I can't get something out of it just because I love it.
Yes.
And this song says, "The cat's in the cradle and the silver spoon, little boy blue in the moon. When you're coming home, Dad, I don't know when, but we'll get together then, son. You know we'll have a good time then." And the song, I'm certain, has multitude of meanings. But what I've always gotten out of it is a song about reaping, sowing. The dad was busy doing things. The silver spoon represents him making a living. But sometimes we can get so wrapped up in making a living, we make choices that take us away from our family. Yeah. So the cat's in the cradle, the little boy, and the silver spoon, the daddy going to make money. Little boy blue and the man in the moon represents how far they are away from one another. But then he says, "When you coming home, Dad?" And he says, "I don't know when, but we'll get together then. You know we'll have a good time then." And the thing that I've learned, we're at two different spectrums of motherhood. You are at a place in your motherhood where you got one son that's grown, but you got two children, one that's getting closer to being grown, and one that's really still somewhat at the beginning.
Yes. My
children are all out of the home.
Yes.
They're doing their thing. They're living their lives. And the one thing that it was a thing for me. It was a big thing for me. I had a 2-parent home, and I really wanted it for my kids, but we didn't really get that the way I would like for it to happen. But the thing that I never wanted to be able to say was, "You weren't there."
Right.
That was major for me. And where it might not have bothered anybody else, that bothered me to the point where I made choices that meant I can't go when my other friends are running out there doing what they want to do. I will not, and I cannot go because these kids need me, and I don't want to be that's not there for my kids.
Right.
I don't want them to be in a place where they say, "When you coming home, Mama?" I don't know when, but we'll get together then. Right. I just, that was a thing for me. So as I have grown in, my children are grown now and out of the home, they have, I believe, I'm not a perfect parent by no means, not a perfect parent, but I thank God that I'm a parent that was there for them. I was there to do my very best. What do you want to add?
Yes. And it's so, it's on time that you have brought that up because I've been dealing with this all day. And I was sharing with my husband, just being able to reminisce on just some of the things as parents. Hurting as being a single parent in the beginning with my older son. Yeah. Not being able, as you stated, to be able to give him some of the things that I wish that he could have had. Yes. Not being able to do some of the things with my daughter that I wish that she could have had. And I was sharing with my husband, with my younger son, being married and my husband and I being together now 3.5 years, to see the difference. And as parents sometimes, because I played, it's so crazy that you brought that up today. God, I thank you, and it brings tears to my eyes because I literally beat myself up this morning about something that had taken place that had kind of rocked my family a little bit before, probably about 5 to 6 years ago. And, sometimes in the family dynamic, especially when you're a single parent, you try to do things to make